Listen, you know the holiday season is coming when we get a visit from Steve Mitchell from Sprucewood Shores and his delicious, warm, and cozy mulled wine. Good to see you, Stevie boy.
Call me Father Christmas.
Father Christmas, right on. Okay, and you have a warmed mulled wine for us right now. Why do you love mulled wine so much?
You know, when you're outside and you're cold, I think about when I first was introduced to mulled wine, and I was out skiing, and I was out at these Christmas markets, and you're cold, you know, and you don't want to drink like a beer, you know, want something alcoholic, but a beer or a wine, you know, it's kind of cold. So when I was traveling around in Germany, they had this mulled wine, and they serve it to you, and it's steaming hot, and you have a drink, and you're like, yeah, this is perfect. And why the hell don't we have this in Canada?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I love it because it's great for the season.
You've dedicated these bottles to the mulled wine. So can you drink this not warmed up? Do you suggest doing that, or like? What do you suggest?
I'm not going to tell people how to drink their wine, but the fact of the matter is that this really isn't wine anymore. This is a warm drink. And so I recommend drinking it warm because it tastes right. It activates the flavors. You get all the cinnamon that start to, you know, come out in the nose, and you'll get all the clove and the orange, and you just get this like merry mix of savory flavors. And it's delicious when warm. If you drink it when it's cold, you don't get the same level of activation of those smells and flavors.
You come to the area because Sprucewood Shores, by the way, is where, for anybody that doesn't know?
Head down the 401 West.
Okay.
You go down to Windsor, would be the kind of the landmark area that you'd be in the region of now, and then you head south. There's a town called Amherstburg, and we're Ontario's only beachfront winery.
Yeah, why is it good to grow grapes down there?
So basically we've got a degree of latitude farther south. And what that does for us is it gives us a little more heat. It gives us a little more sunlight because the patterns, the lake splits.
It does get warm down there, right?
It does. It gets warm down there. It splits the weather, so we get a little bit less cloud cover, although, you know, it was one of those years, right? It was a little rainy this year. But in general, that's what it does for us, and it makes it a little warmer.
This is not the only wine you make. What are some of the other wines that you make, too?
So we've got a whole series. We've got about 21 different wines. We've got different tiers of wines. Our Hawks Flight Reserves, which are like our higher-end wines. One of them won Lieutenant Governor's Award this year, so that was something we were super pumped about. We've also got our table wines, Sprucewood Shores Classic Series. You can see them at the LCBO. Popular varieties like Cab Sauv, Pinot Grigio would be available at the LCBO, and and then we've also got some fun, flavorful wines that you know, Warm and Cozy would be a part of.
It's great because you guys are family run. You know, it started by your parents back in when the first vines were planted in '92.
That's right. Yeah,
you know,
92.
92, and then here you are now. So, and the reason that you're in the area because you're doing some tasting at some LCBOs.
So today we're going to be at 2 LCBOs. One of them is the Meadowlands, and the other one's at Waterdown. And so we'll be tasting from 11 till 3, and then we're going to be doing another tasting from 4 till 8. So if you can't make it during the day, then we'd love to see the people at the night.
Do you love the tastings? Like, do you warm it up for everybody like you just did for me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all nice and warm. It's ready to serve the way it should be, and you know, people can come in and try it out if they've never tried it before. And yeah, it's a unique
because it doesn't need
experience.
anything. Like you can just drink it alone. Would you put anything else with this, Steve?
A lot of people make their own mulled wine, and it's a long process, 3-4 hours. This is ready to go. It tastes right now.
Right.
So you drink it, you don't need to do anything to it. If you want to, I mean, that's up to you, but you know, we've taken the work out of it for you. Yeah.
Cheers. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Good to see you. We'll see you next holiday season. Okay, you can go see Stephen today, and we'll connect with our website to put those up there if you missed.